Great to see you guys. It's a great day to be in Baltimore and a fan of the Baltimore Ravens. You know, it looks a little cloudy outside, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It's 75 degrees. It's absolutely perfect. And we're 10-2. But we're not here to talk about. But we're not here to talk about the Ravens.
And so are the Patriots.
First of all, I want to thank Principal Davis for having us here today.
Thank you for coming.
And thank you for all you do for this wonderful school and for our city. We're here today to talk about a donation that we, meaning we, the Baltimore Ravens players and the team, are making jointly to the Baltimore City Public School System to support the effort to get adequate cooling and heating in all of our city schools. Thomas Jefferson's going to benefit from this program, so hopefully by the spring you're going to have adequate cooling in here, so when it turns hot, you will be cool enough to enjoy your classes, and because I'm sure you always enjoy your classes. So that's really important. Last year, together, the players and the Ravens donated $200,000 to help Lakewood Elementary School in Baltimore City get heating and cooling. And this year, we're donating and announcing today an additional donation of $200,000. That money will help Thomas Jefferson and other schools here in the city. We're very happy to do that. You're going to hear from some of our players later, and I will come back up and briefly explain how we did it. But this is really a joint effort by the players of the Baltimore Ravens as well as the team. This is something, education is something our players care deeply about. And even though our players typically are not from the city of Baltimore, they come here, they see a city that has challenges and great potential, and they want to do something about it. And they read about the lack of heating and cooling in our city, some of our city schools, and they wanted to do something about it. That's why we gave $200,000 last year, and that's why we're doing it again this year. But I'm going to introduce some other people, but before I introduce our great mayor, let me recognize a few other people. Our donation today will be going to the Baltimore City Public School System, which is represented here by Board Chair Linda Chania. We also have Jeanette Richardson, who's a board member, and Chantel Roberts, who's also a board member. So thank you for being here. We also have Delegate Sandy Rosenberg. We have Tisha Edwards, who's Director of the Children and Family Success Program for the Mayor's Office. And I don't know if, I'm sorry, Christopher Burnett. It's good to see you. I didn't see you come in. And he's with the City Council. And we had a couple other members who are not here yet. But without any further ado, let me introduce one of our greatest fans of the Baltimore Ravens, Mayor Jack Young. Thank you, sir.
First of all, good morning to everyone, and I want to thank you, Dick, for all that you have done to help us. This is not just the first time the Ravens have stepped up to the plate and the players, so I want to thank you. And please make sure you thank Steve and Heather and the entire Raven Foundation for this generous donation. I want to be clear, Baltimore City will support its schools. I have a long history of fighting for increased funding for our young people and our classrooms, and I won't stop now. And that is exactly why last week I announced the city will contribute an additional $25 million in funding for FY21 to Baltimore City Public Schools. We will be ready for Carowin because our children deserve the investment and they deserve to have the best possible foundation as they strive to succeed in life. Thank you again to the Ravens and their foundation, and what a win yesterday. What a win. I call Justin Tucker on foot. That's what he had yesterday. But we owe it so much to you young students in our school system, and I want to publicly apologize to you all for the conditions that our schools have been in for many, many, many years. I read an article on yesterday because I dig and talk about the public schools and saw the blueprint for public schools way back when the schools was in horrible condition at that time as well. So we owe it to you all. And you all are the future leaders. You're going to owe it to the next generation to make sure that our schools are conducive to the learning of our young people, that they have proper heat, proper air conditioning, good gyms, good playgrounds. We owe y'all all of that. And I just want to apologize for not being able to provide those things. But through the 21st century schools, we're making improvements to make sure that you have all the things and all the tools that you need to succeed. Again, Dick, thank you. Thank you to the Ravens players. Thank you, on foot. I mean, let's keep that foot on, okay? Make sure you get some on shoes. But I like blowouts, but I also want to see where games are close that we can come and win it coming from behind. So thank you. The time management, Dick, was great. You know, we ran out the clock. They used their last time out. But thank you to everyone who's here today, and have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Allison Perkins-Cohen. I'm Chief of Staff for Baltimore City Schools. So thank you all for being here, and especially thanks to the students for being here on this incredible day with the Ravens. I just wanted to recognize our board chair, Linda Chinia, as well as our vice chair, Jeanette Richardson, and our newest commissioner, Chantel Roberts, as well as our own hero, Principal Davis, who's our principal at the school. And thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your remarks and for your commitment to our students, which has been really, really important and heartwarming to us. So thank you so much for that, for stepping out to really commit to our students. I really want to thank the Ravens, to Dick Cass and Heather Darney, who have been longtime partners with us and really have worked hard to work with us and listen to us. We meet regularly to talk about our partnership. We have a regular standing meeting where we meet, and I think that today's donation is evidence of both the players' commitment and Dick Cass and the Ravens' commitment to city schools, and evidence of the way that we're not just listening to the news about what the Ravens are doing, and we all are doing that, but they're listening to the news about what's going on with city schools. And so from the heating challenges that they're here to work on today to about 2 years ago, they made a big commitment to a Renaissance Academy when they had read in the paper about a school that we were closing, and so they made a significant $1.5 million improvement to that school, which was transformational for that school and really has just changed the momentum. The spirit of that school has completely changed with that donation. The partnership, again, they've really focused on our priorities, so wholeness being one of our priorities and student leadership being one of our priorities. So, you know, students having the opportunities to interact with players who are leaders of our community and really getting to see you as you know, people kind of ahead of them in the footpath, in the paths that they would like to take. And you really are leaders giving back to your community, and using your social capital to give back to students is really an incredible gift, and it's and important for the equity that we need to ensure that our students have equal access to the kinds of facilities that you see elsewhere in the state of Maryland. So we really appreciate your commitment to that, and it's life-changing for us and for our students. And so also, you know, the Ravens have invested in leadership. So this year we have 40 students who are participating in the Baltimore Ravens Leadership Institute, which is 40 students from different high schools. And we really challenged the Ravens. We sent out the invite to participate in this to all of our high schools and got responses back from all of our high schools, including high schools that serve some really hard to serve students, some students with severe or significant disabilities. And we called Heather and we called the Ravens and said, you know, this may not be quite what you signed up for. Are you willing to take this on? And they were. And so that, you know, seeing leadership and potential and the agency in all of our students is one of our goals, and it's something where we feel like we're on the same team with the Ravens on. So we appreciate that and the support they've given to our coaches to make sure that our students through sport have the opportunities that you all had, either through sport itself or through other leadership opportunities that they learn about through sport. And so you all are evidence of that, and we couldn't be more proud to be part of your team and to be fans of your team. And I am a true Ravens fan, and thank you so much for being here. This is the second contribution, as Dick said, to these improvements to our schools, and heating and air conditioning is something that's really important to our schools, and the systems that the Ravens are helping us put in provide both heat and air conditioning. And while it feels warm in here today, I know from Principal Davis that This school, like most of our schools, is sometimes too hot, it's sometimes too cold, it's rarely right, and the VPU systems help control that in the classroom so that our students have conditions that are conducive to learning. So thanks so much. We are proud to be part of this home team, and thank you so much for your commitment to the city and taking the time after such a monumental win yesterday, the most exciting team in the NFL, to come here today to be with us and to be with our students means a lot.
Just a couple more quick things, and I would ask one of our players to speak to the children and everyone else here in the room. First, I wanted to thank Heather Darney, who's Director of Community Relations for the Baltimore Ravens, Brandon Etheridge, if you'd raise your hand, Brandon, who's General Counsel of the Baltimore Ravens, and Chad Steele, Vice President of Public Relations for the Baltimore Ravens. But I also want to thank our players for being here today. To my far right, Anthony Levine, best special teams player in the NFL. Justin Tucker, who's the best kicker in the NFL. And Marlon Humphrey, who's the best cornerback in the NFL. And they represent a group of players who've been these three men have been active.
2-minute drill.
2-minute drill, but I can talk over that, it's not a problem. We've had about a group of, I would guess, 20 players who've been very active in what we call our social justice fund. And they put in money and we match it. So we raised $500,000 last year through contributions from our players and from the team. We're going to do the same thing this year. And this first $200,000 coming to the school system, we'll have some more money to give out later for other programs. But we're really proud of what our players do. We're so proud of the fact they come to a city like Baltimore, they get engaged right away. During the season, our players have 1 day a week off. That's today. And here our players are here. Last week, they were in the community handing out turkeys and doing all sorts of food distribution on their 1 day off. So we have committed players, and we're so proud of what they do for us. But with that, we're going to hear a few words from Justin Tucker.
First of all, thank you for letting us be a part of this day. This is really cool. Now, all you guys up here in front, all the kids, I want you guys to just turn around real quick and look at all these cameras. Look at all of these grown-ups here. You got city leadership, Ravens players, people representing the Ravens organization, and it's all for you guys. We just want to let you guys know that we support you. The youth is, just like Mr. Cass said a moment ago, is our future. And in Baltimore, we absolutely believe that each and every one of you guys that is here today and all of your classmates have the potential to be the next Anthony Levine or Marlon Humphrey or Dick Cass or Mayor Jack Young or Governor Larry Hogan, whatever it may be. But we wanted to let you guys know by being here today that we support each and every one of you and we believe in you. And I think I'll just leave it at that. We just want to be the example that we know we should be as Ravens players, as an organization, as a beacon of light, an instrument of goodwill in this city. We earnestly want to be that example, and we hope that you guys can follow. And this day represents, not just a one-off. This is, our mission. This is important to us. Supporting you guys and all of the kids like you in this city. You guys are important to us. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. That's the end of the show. Thank you very much.
I ran out.
People look to us to be leaders in the city, and we're proud of the fact that we have a big impact on the city. So we try to get out of the city every week and do something positive for the city. Our players want to do it, and we support our players.
I think you look at the Baltimore Ravens in this community, and you absolutely look at them as as role models. And it's important for us as players, for everybody in the Ravens organization, starting from our owner, Steve Bisciotti, all the way down to the last player on the bottom of the roster, whoever that may be. And everybody buys into the idea that our community is important. I've made Baltimore my home full time because Baltimore is my home. This is my community. And a lot of players who maybe even relocate in the off season or bounce around here and there, we all still call Baltimore home. Even the guys who have been here for a year or two, we all acknowledge that this is a community that has embraced us, and we absolutely want to embrace the community back in whatever small ways that we can.
Education is so important. Education is the future of our city, so we have to support education. So we've done a lot of programs to support the school system and the students, and that's so important to me because I know how important education is. I look at our young men who are players. They wouldn't be where they are today unless they had gotten a good education. And so for our children today in Baltimore, they need a good education. It's critically important.